The boy jumped to save the President of the United States without regard for his own life. Seeing this, the President became very emotional, but what the boy said left him speechless. "No one can hurt you as long as I'm here. I'll take you to your father." At that moment, the terrorists spotted the boy. They began shaking the plane violently, trying to make him fall off the freezer. The situation was so intense, it almost felt comical. Everyone thought the danger had passed, but the boy was as stubborn as an ant. Before the plane could take off again, he climbed back on top of the freezer. This time, once he got there, he cut the rope. The plan to kidnap the president was nearly foiled. Pilot Bridges was furious. He immediately turned the plane around and started shooting. Fortunately, the boy quickly jumped inside the freezer, but the president had no time to feel relieved because the boy began banging from the inside. By the time Bridges got there, the freezer had already rolled down a hill and fallen into a river. It was unclear how far the current carried them. Unconscious, both of them eventually made it out. That was when they saw dead fish floating in the water and realized this was the crash site of Air Force One. Then they heard the sound of enemy aircraft approaching. The president immediately grabbed the boy and dove underwater, hiding in the wreckage of the plane. Luckily, there was enough space and oxygen inside to survive for one day. The president thought it would be best to wait for the rescue team, but suddenly a loud explosion was heard above, and Bridges broke through the ceiling and jumped in. Without wasting time, he set a time bomb. His plan was to kill the president before things got more complicated. The president tried to escape, but he couldn't overpower Bridges. Within seconds, Bridges was choking him. Everything was about to end, when suddenly the boy appeared again and saved the president. The president immediately grabbed a machine gun and used a trick he had learned from Bridges. He fired a full magazine. However, the bomb was still active and time was running out. That's when the president got an idea. He activated the emergency injection system nearby. Once the button was pressed, both of them were launched into the air and stopped about 100 meters above the ground. Seeing this, Bridges' face turned pale. Before he could react, the boy drew his bow and fired an arrow. The arrow flew fast, but only hit Bridges' jacket. Bridges laughed again, thinking it was all just a joke. He picked up his gun and prepared to finish it. Suddenly, he clutched his chest and began to stumble. Then he collapsed. His fear of the arrow had triggered a heart attack, and just before his body hit the water, the bomb exploded, turning him into smoke. At the same time, the boy's father was waiting by the river. Suddenly, lightning struck and heavy rain began to fall. Everyone was shocked. Soon after, a full unit of special forces arrived and took control of the situation. Before the villains could understand what was happening, the boy appeared before them.